Before he played basketball?
He was good at real basketball and fake basketball.
I was going to say, basketball-esque.
Hold on. Now, Wes, as the basketball aficionado here, like, are the Globetrotters fake basketball? Yes. I mean, I know that the technical competition of the game, the Washington Generals aren't exactly primo competition.
Okay. So the people who play for the Harlem Globetrotters are extremely talented basketball players. And if they were to play, let's say, against a Division I college basketball team, I think more often than not they beat them. A NBA team, no shot. But the competition that you watch against the the Generals, the Washington Generals. I got to get a Washington Generals jersey.
Yeah, you do. I think we all do.
Yeah. Let's do that. I'll set that up. You're sitting there like having 3 defenders go in merry-go-round circles. No, I mean that is very choreographed. That is very WWF, and I'm not talking E. I'm talking F.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
that's the exact comparison I was gonna make.
Agreed, but okay, in basketball, real basketball, they have set plays, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the Globetrotter set plays, I mean, I know they're rather acrobatic and they're not well defended or anything, but the feats that they're performing night after night, hitting that same shot, like bounce pass under the legs in the air alley-oop every night. Like, sure. I still feel like that's supreme basketball skill.
Yeah, and you have to suspend a little bit of belief to understand that you're throwing, a certain set play that requires you to throw it off the backboard 14 times and then back to another person behind you and then back off the backboard. And the person who's defending this doesn't understand the cadence of this. Sure, yeah, I guess if your athleticism is high and your basketball IQ is pretty low, you might get fooled over and over and over again. But I will say, the fans might take the cake on this because each and every night they get fooled by that fake bucket of water and the confetti gets thrown at them. Every time they're like, oh, no water.
Well, yeah, but you see, the beauty of that is there's always, like, the ref's always a plant because they always do get the ref with, like, the real bucket of water. So there's always the bucket of water. So it's always there. They're magicians. They're they're athletic basketball magicians.
Sure. Listen, man, I'm not I was at the University of Delaware basketball camp when I was 14 years old, and they had a Delaware graduate who played in Europe. They had Bobby Hurley, former Duke star, did play in the NBA for a little bit. And then they had a Harlem Globetrotter. Now, he was retired and in his 50s, but that dude balled out. That dude, sat there and made fools out of Division I guys. Like, okay, yeah, you're 6'9", I'm 5'9". All right, I bet you can't block this layup. It's like, boom, and went up. Now, it was not choreographed, but yes, what we see against the Generals, hell yeah, man. Come on, that's like you're talking about the ref being a plant. The ref gets smashed in the corner by a Jimmy Superfly Snuka fucking off the top ropes every time. It's knocked out for 10 minutes.
It's good entertainment.
One question, though, Wes.
Okay.
If the Globetrotters spent like a month choreographing an entire game, could they beat an NBA team one night only?
No.
No, not at all. There's no chance.
Zero chance. No.
Maybe the worst team in the league on a bad night.
Wait, but no, you're talking about choreographing gimmick offense. Are you talking about actually like a real structured NBA style offense, or we're going to entertain the crowd and beat the worst NBA team?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Go ahead.
They're gonna play to win. But, just like any NBA team has set plays, they're going to go down, they're going to ball, they're going to play D, they're going to play offense, they're going to try to get rebounds and everything. They're going to play a real game, but their set plays are, a little more kooky, a little more aerobatic, a little more, sure, amazing and fun-filled than your run-of-the-mill NBA team. But because an NBA team isn't used to seeing trick play after trick play after trick play, like if the game's close and the Globetrotters are playing Globetrotter ball, can they beat an NBA team? One night only. I'm not talking because NBA seasons are long, but there's always like the Rudy phenomenon. But for one night only, if the Globetrotters gave it their all, without an NBA team seeing how their style of play goes, could they beat an NBA team?
I feel like
their style.
I feel like you're okay. The answer is no. And maybe if they played 100 times, I'd give it one game where it would be close. I think if you spot the Globetrotters, some points possibly, but no
spotting,
no zero. Then no, Ben, because the athleticism and the just the sheer height. Yes, I'm sure Curly Johnson is a hell of a ball handler, but he's also like 5'9", and he's going to be going against a guy who's much younger, much taller, much more athletic. And I feel like, and I know we're getting off on a tangent here, and I had a point, but it's long gone. I feel like you're leading me into this conversation where you and Tom beat me and Teddy in a game. I feel like that's where this is going.
No, I don't need to lead you into two very below average white guys beat two above average, high school basketball athletes. I don't need to lead into that story where for one day and one day only, I was the greatest basketball player in Maryland. I don't need to go down that path. We don't need to hear that story right now. That's for another day. I just feel like if the Globetrotter guys can hit like 75% of their half court shots, that at some point they're just draining threes all day without any we're gonna run it down. Nope, no fast break. It's just a 5-point shot from 50 feet away,
like rock and jock basketball where there's 10-point spots.
No 10-point spots. I don't know. I just feel like you're underselling. I know they're more showman than basketball player, but I feel like it doesn't matter how great a showman you are, you can't create baskets out of thin air. You still have to be able to hit the shots, and these guys hit these shots over and over and over again. And I feel like if they practiced the first game, they could win, and then they'd lose all the rest of them. Where you're saying just like out of dumb luck, they'd end up accidentally winning a game.
Here's where I'd give them a chance. If they happen to be their own country in the Olympics, so you have the USA, Spain, France, that's not even Yugoslavia. Sorry, that's very early, late 90s of me.
We don't want to lose our Slav audience.
Yeah, sorry. It's now
we're going to be ruined.
Man said Yugoslavia. In Harlem. The country of Harlem and the Globetrotters. I feel like they could probably eke out like a 4th place finish in an international competition.
God, you couldn't even just squeeze them up to bronze, could you? They'd probably be taking on Yugoslavia for the bronze medal.
Like they're not better than Argentina. They're not better than Spain. They're not better than France. They're not better than Lithuania. They're not better than the Russians. They're not better than China.
Yeah, China does literally make basketball players.
Yeah.
I feel like it's your job to just disappoint me all the time.
Well, you ask such ridiculous questions. You want to know if the fucking Globetrotters can, one night and one night only, after a month of legitimate practice, can the Globetrotters be the miracle on hardwood?
I think if it was just straight up without any gimmicks, they might be able to one night beat the worst team. But because they have to kind of gimmick it by your parameters, then absolutely not. I agree. If they had just played professional basketball, they were like, yep, we're going to have a game. They might be able to pull it off. The minute they have to the minute someone throws a fucking ball under their shirt and spins it around their body and it's over. Game's over.
Right. There's no pointing into the stands and the defender turning hey, what was that? Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I think the Globetrotters hold the world record for the most world records ever set, and I think at some point each individual starting player on the Harlem Globetrotters held some sort of basketball world record. I just don't see how you could have 5 world record holders with a basketball couldn't beat just a bunch of guys that run up and down. There's only 2 good guys on each basketball team. The other 3 that's there to make sure those 2 guys score all the points.
Yeah, that's relatively short-sighted to say, but fair enough. Yeah, I don't agree with you, but
that's kind of the basis of the whole sport.
Yeah, only the top 0.1, 0 nth to the nth degree % of the sport. Yeah, but anyway.